Hi, and welcome to the Senior Network. I'm your host, Greg Fulton, along with my co-host, Debbie Lyons.
Good to see you.
We're back at Jim Keefe's funeral home. Lovely place.
It is.
Glad to have you. Thank you, Jim, for allowing us to be here today.
My pleasure.
We're also joined Brian Tracy, attorney, owner at the Elder Law and Estate Planning Center. Do I have that right?
You do.
Perfect. All right.
I am so excited. I have not met Brian before, and I'm super excited to learn a little bit about what elder law is, working under the assumption that at 65, I am an elder. So what is elder law, and how do I differentiate it from just general law practice?
Elder law includes many aspects of estate planning, but in addition to that, we practice lifetime planning. We help people with lifetime planning. In other words, traditional estate planning is having a will, having a trust, deciding on where your stuff's going to go when you pass.
Who's got what? Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, but with longevity and life expectancies increasing, we're living longer, and the law has changed too, addressing the needs of seniors and the elder community. So, elder law involves a lot of lifetime planning as well. What does that mean? Creating powers of attorney, working with families and helping them care for their elder parents, because it ends up a lot of times that either the parents are living with them, or sometimes children end up living with the parents. And how does that work? It involves being involved with each other's sometimes finances and living arrangements. So that gets complicated sometimes, and particularly with the change in demographics and change in the makeup of families, particularly blended families.
Sure.
It used to be many years ago. When I first started 30 years ago, I'd say that 10% to 20% of married clients that came in were from blended families. In other words, one or two of them had been married before. But now it's probably up to 60 to 70%. And that presents some interesting dynamics to estate planning, because we want to take the clients, the husband and wife, want to take care of both sides of the family.
Sure.
But one of them is going to pass before the other, and they don't realize that sometimes. They'll come in and say, what should I do? We have an agreement what we're going to do. And I said, well, who's going to pass first?
Right.
And it's something they don't think about. We address those issues, bring it to their attention, and we can have a plan. So both sides of the family are happy with the agreement, and it's an agreement that can be enforced.
In many ways, you seem as though you're also an advocate for the families. And with Jim here, maybe an appropriate question would be, and I don't know how this works, is it appropriate to talk about funeral plans also, and to be proactive rather than reactive to that?
Well, Brian and I have worked together in the past, and having communication with the families, the funeral home, the attorney that's doing everything really helps. It just segues into decisions that you make in advance, and then we all know we're all on the same page, and he's been great working with us. So
well, and I think when I think funeral, I don't necessarily think of the financial responsibility or how that all works, and I don't think I would have known that until just losing my mom.
Yes.
Well, you can go, but
I'm
going to tell you.
Rock, paper, scissors.
We're going to tell you the same thing. We're going to tell you the same thing.
Okay.
Number one, the most important thing is to get a plan in place.
Okay.
If you don't know what you're doing, and most people don't because they're not attorneys or funeral directors, then you should consult an attorney. He will tell you how to protect your money. And then when it comes to the funeral stuff, he'll give you some ideas about where you might want to put your money, or come do something in advance to protect it. And when we protect that money, we're protecting it from the government, nursing homes, maybe family members that you don't quite trust a lot.
He means that in a loving way.
Well, not everybody's the Brady Bunch.
Right.
And you just have to take some of that into consideration. But having Brian help the families make all those choices in advance, and then maybe we trust the money with me somewhere, it works out well.
Let me give an example, if I can. A lot of individuals have insurance, life insurance, that they expect is going to pay for their funeral.
Got it.
So they name of 5 children, they name one child to be the beneficiary, not so that child receives the death benefit and does with it what they want, but they're supposed to use it for a funeral plan.
Got it.
But when the life insurance check comes, there's just a child's name on it. It's not made out to the funeral home as well. So parents have to be careful when they name a child as being a death beneficiary of a life insurance policy that it's going to be used. The better thing to do would be to bring that life insurance policy to Jim,
Okay.
and he could arrange for that death benefit to be paid directly to him, to his business, rather than to take the chance. Now that's a very sensitive and difficult issue to bring up sometimes with
Sure.
families, because we're suggesting that they shouldn't trust their kids.
You're right.
And that doesn't go over well all the time.
Right.
But it has to be discussed.
Right, exactly. One of the things that's interesting to me is at what age do you think hiring an elder attorney makes sense? Again, at 65, my dad's almost 90. My kids are in their 30s and 40s, and I'm already thinking, although my 40-year-old is only 40, he's got 4 kids.
Right.
Is it time now to begin to prepare for aging?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Most of our clients, an average client that comes in would be someone who's recently retired or about to retire.
Okay.
That's a good demographic, and that's a good time to start planning. And that age could be 60 to 70 years old. And I've had a client come to me who was 96 years old and asked to have her will prepared because she never had one before. So there's no certain age where you have to have any planning. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, many people pass without having any documents. But if there was an age to pick to say this is when you should start thinking about these things, I would say about 65 years old.
we're going to take a quick break and come back and kind of continue this dialogue, because I think it does, the more questions you answer, the more questions I think you provoke.
Sure.
So stay with us. We'll be right back.